Hello everyone, welcome back to LMC Varsity Sports. Along with Anthony Carlo, I am Rob Moretti here at Rhinebeck High School. Home opener for the football team. The Black Hats are 1-0. They'll be facing the Woodlands Falcons, who they played in the last two section championship games. They lost 2 years ago, won last year on their way to becoming the state runners-up in Class C. Anthony, Rhinebeck is 1-0 this year. They beat Haldane last week by a 26-0 score. Obviously, the defense is a big key, but what is a big piece for them on offense?
Well, basically, Rob, Rhinebeck is coming out of the gates on fire, as you said, with a 26-0 win. Last year, we remember they had 5 defensive shutouts in that season, so you know that the defense is a huge part of them. But as far as the offense goes, they have some offensive players that can really get this team going. One of them, Dominic Brescia, he's hard to stop. And another player coming over from Mamaroneck and quarterback Gottlieb, and you have to watch out for him as well. And you also have to forget that Pedro J. Cueto is a big piece of this offense as well, a big physical kid. So trying to hold those players down is going to be key for the Falcons trying to win this game.
And Woodlands actually had their non-league game last week. They treated it more like a scrimmage. They lost to Rye Country Day quite handily. But, hey, you know what? For Woodlands, this is a chance for them to come back. They want to get Rhinebeck, especially after losing both in the regular season and in the section final to the Panthers, to the Black Hats last year.
Absolutely. One word that comes to my mind when thinking about this game is revenge. Even though we're not deep into the season yet, still the beginning of the season, I think that the Woodlands Falcons are going to want to come out strong and get a nice momentum booster by beating the team that took them out of it last year.
It'll be an early season test for the Black Hats. It's coming up next on LMC TV.
Gentlemen, shake hands, introduce yourselves. Heads, tails, heads. You are the visitor, what do you want? You want tails. If I drop it, we're going to do it again. You call tails? Tails, you have won the toss. Before you say anything, you have the option of kicking, receiving, defending a goal, or deferring your choice to the second half. So you want to defer. Woodlands won the toss, they will defer. You want the ball. What goal do you want to kick and defend? So defend this goal, kick out in that direction, right? Okay, swing around. White won the toss, they will kick. Let's shake hands, let's have a good game, fellas.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to today's 2014 home opener between the Falcons of Woodlands and your Black Hats of Rhinebeck.
It will be Woodlands kicking off to Rhinebeck to begin the home opener. 12 minutes on the clock.
To begin today's game, Woodlands will be kicking off to the Black Hats.
Deep for Rhinebeck, we've got Dom Brescia, Jake Sevion, and Chris Ricard. Looks like Kyle Smith will handle the kickoff duties for the
Kicking
Falcons.
off for Woodlands is number 6, Kyle Smith.
Rob, the weather looks like it's going to be a factor today as the rain is coming down here before the kickoff.
It really started right before that coin toss as well. It looked like we might get away with no rain, but clearly not the case. The rematch of last year's Section 1 Class C title game is underway. Kick will go out of bounds, and that'll be a procedure penalty.
And on the kickoff, it goes out of bounds, resulting in a flag.
Definitely would have expected a little bit of a better kick there from Woodlands to start this game off.
We also have, maybe not now, but definitely as the game goes on, wet field conditions, a wet ball. They can do so much to keep it dry.
Absolutely.
As a result of the kickoff going out of bounds, it'll be first down and 10 for the Black Hats from their own 35-yard line.
Gottlieb in the shotgun. It's a handoff. Don Brescia rumbles through the line for a couple yards.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything other than a handoff in this situation. You have to remember, as you said, weather's going to play into it, and passing the ball probably going to be a little bit of a problem if the ball continues to get wet. So a good way to start things off there with a handoff up the gut for Don Brescia.
Bring up second down and 8.
Don Brescia is certainly going to be a key factor in today's game. I mean, the kid can run, number one, and he's also a strong kid as well.
Ran loose against Haldane a week ago. This time under center and hold everything. We've got a flag. Either an offsides or a false start.
And
offsides.
Prior to the snap, flag on the play, it is offsides on Woodlands.
So that'll march the ball up 5 yards. It'll be a second down and 3 now for the Black Hats.
And after the penalty, it'll bring up second down and 3 for the Black Hats.
Gottlieb again from under center. 3 wide, 2 in the backfield. It's a handoff. And Brescia wrapped up in the backfield right back to the original line of scrimmage.
That was just a great job by Deshaun Beecham coming out and getting Brescia before he even broke the line of scrimmage there.
Barely had time to touch the football.
Yeah.
Black Hat play goes
Like, that's all you can expect, Rob, from this Woodlands defense to try and slow down Brescia is be aggressive like that and be able to recognize a run play right off the bat, just like Beecham did.
Your third down and about 7. Come out again with 3 wide, 2 in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. It's not going to be enough for the first down. I think that was Pedro A. Cueto on the run.
Black Hats carry on the play.
As you can see here, that the Black Hats are definitely sticking to the running game here early on. So you may be thinking the coaching strategies along the lines of trying to eliminate weather as a factor at this point.
I do want to correction. That was Pedro J. Cueto. He's on our roster as 52, but he's wearing 11. They're using him more as a running back this year. Keep to the naming standards a bit more. Looks like they're going to punt here. Snap is good. Sevion is going to run it, and he's got the first down the sideline.
Well, we know, Rob, that is something that the Black Hats like to do is fakes on, especially when special teams are out on the field. And Jake Sevion gets the first, a big move there, courageous early on in the game.
From the Falcons,
especially if you can have a guy like Jake Sevion as your kicker or your punter, it opens up the playbook on special teams for those fakes to be very effective.
Absolutely. Jake Sevion is certainly a talented player on this Black Hats team. They look to him as one of the key components, maybe part of the core four if we want to reference the Yankees in this situation.
Gottlieb from the gun now. Fresh set of downs for the Black Hats. 4 wide bunch to the far side. Pressure coming in. Gottlieb goes down. A big loss of yards on the sack.
And Dondi Crawford just takes down Gottlieb with a, I mean, you got a couple 100 pounds running at you like that. Gottlieb he held on to that ball, tried to make sure he didn't fumble as he was taken down to the ground.
And
I know it's hard when your receivers are going downfield, but you got to find a way to get rid of that football. You can't take a 15-yard sack.
Absolutely, he kept dropping back and definitely should have tried to get rid of that ball.
So 2nd down and 25, might be 26.
Crowd is getting loud here.
Back on their own 40, some confusion.
Black Hat
False start.
For a false start will result in a 5-yard penalty. It'll still be 2nd down.
2nd down and 31. Not used to seeing this from the Black Hat offense. They took a while to warm up last week as well. I think only 6 points in the first quarter, and then they kind of, in the second half, caught fire. So it might take them a little bit of time to get into sync.
That's right. They had, I believe, 8 points in the third quarter and another 12 in the fourth. So definitely warming up here.
They've got guys with big playability, so maybe not as difficult as it looks, but Gottlieb will pass. Pressure, he's going to take off running. He's got a little bit of space to work with here. Breaks another tackle, he's out to midfield.
That's a big run by Gottlieb to try and get the Black Hats out of a hole there.
Black Hat carry number 9, Dan Gottlieb.
He's definitely, Rob, he's feeling the pressure from this Woodlands defense. They're definitely starting to get to him, get past that offensive line.
Down for the Black Hats.
You know, if Woodlands is going to keep getting pressure, they may want to switch to something more of a short, quick passing game, at least for now, just to keep the pressure off of Gottlieb when they want to throw.
I would have to agree to that. Trying to move the chains somehow instead of forcing Gottlieb to scramble there. Luckily, he got away and was able to get his team a considerable chunk of yardage.
3rd down and 13, ball on the Woodlands 47. And a flag comes in from the defensive backfield. It's a delay of game. That's going to push it back 5 more yards.
5-yard penalty against the Black Hats.
The Black Hats are definitely struggling here with the penalties here in the first quarter.
Rain picking up a little bit as well.
We're definitely dealing with a Woodlands team that is physically bigger than the Black Hats, and it's going to definitely play into that. But as you mentioned before, Rob, a much athletic team for the Black Hats.
4 wide. Gottlieb gets the pass off down the field, targeting Ricard, who makes the diving catch for the first down.
That was a great job, Rob, of Gottlieb getting rid of that ball. He was taking some more pressure from the defensive line by Woodlands, and he lets go with a quick release and a huge pickup for the Black Hats here.
Beautiful pass and even more beautiful catch from Ricard.
You have to appreciate a quarterback who's receiving pressure like he was, being able to launch a bomb like that. And Ricard, I mean, on the other end, you can't complain about that type of a catch there.
This time the handoff to Brescia up the middle, and he might pick up a yard.
Right here, you want to see the Black Hats just pump the run, keep pumping the run here with Brescia. They're down, they're nearing the red zone, and no need to throw an interception here under the weather conditions.
That's 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pretty long Black Hat possession. They're just barely into the red zone, ball right at the 20-yard line. And Looks like they drew them off sides. Good use of the snap count there by Gottlieb.
And the flag on the play is for offside.
That's a big penalty right there.
After the 5-yard penalty to bring up second down and 5.
Making it easier for the Black Hats to cap this drive off with a touchdown. As you mentioned, a rather long drive.
Double fake. Sevion on the end around trying to break loose. Just too many white jerseys there. He did gain a couple yards.
Flag on the play.
Also a yellow flag on the field, and it's going to be holding against Ryan, so it's going to come back.
For a holding penalty against the Black Hats.
Well, they're used to giving Jake Sevion the ball. Last year he had 74 yards rushing and a touchdown in the Hoosick Falls win. Can do many things, many skills as a wide receiver, and putting him in the backfield as well.
After the 10-yard penalty for holding, it'll still be second down for the Black Hats.
Second down and 20, but as we saw earlier on this drive, Ryan pretty unfazed by long yardage situations.
Absolutely, they've definitely been coming up with that big play when they need it.
3 wide. Gottlieb will pass. Gets it away. Almost caught. The flag comes down as Brescia was trying to catch it. I think that's going to be defensive pass interference.
Pass was incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
That's a dangerous throw right there. As Gottlieb was hit hard once again just after releasing that ball, but the penalty here is definitely going to help the Black Hats out.
Yeah, baby, way to go, Tom, way to
Pass
go,
interference call against Woodlands.
You can see Brescia just got ripped as he was trying to catch that ball, so pretty easy call for the official there. They'll mark it off now.
The rain now coming down considerably hard.
We do want to thank Ryan for accommodating us and getting us into the press box.
15-yard penalty.
That is true. It's definitely
Second
better to
down
be dry.
And about 4 yards to go for first down for the
Not a
Black
big fan of the rain, Rob.
We'd also like to thank our camera people for being out in the rain. They've got some rain protection. Kevin Duarte, Asher Collins, Steven Suero braving the conditions. Gottlieb to pass again. Thinks about taking off, dumps it off, and it's dropped. Looking for Caparelli. No, I'm sorry, that's Chris Colangelo.
That's a routine catch, but in these conditions, it's not so easy to hold on to that ball.
And it's going to get harder and harder. That ball's not going to get any drier out there.
That is right.
You look for the effectiveness of the passing game to probably slowly diminish.
Yeah, the
We have a
passing game is
timeout
going
on the
to
field
be
for
a minimal
timeout
part
on
of
the
today's
field
game.
for
I mean, the run game is definitely going to pick up as long as this rain keeps picking up.
Woodlands calls a timeout. 5:04 remain first quarter. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports.
During this timeout, we'd like to, and as we return to action, it'll be third
Back out of the
down
timeout.
and 4 for the Black Hats.
Looks like Sevion's lined up a quarterback. Look for some trickery here. And he's going to keep it and not get what he needs.
Woodlands doing a good job picking up early on those running plays right there. Once again, it was Dante Crawford getting in there early enough to stop that play.
Gottlieb back in for this one. Clock running down to 4.5 minutes first quarter. Black Hats have had the ball the entire quarter so far. Methodical march down the field, but now the 4th down and 5 could be coming to an end. 3 wide. Gottlieb in the gun. Handoff Brescia, and he stops short. That'll be a turnover on downs.
That's a courageous move to go for it there, Rob, here early in the game on 4th down, and Dom Brescia is not able to get the job done. Now that might be an issue. Dom Brescia is going to be a key factor in this game, you would think, as the rain continues to fall, and they're definitely going to need him to come up with a big game here.
So let's see the Woodlands offense for the first time. Of course, they're without Tyrone Barber, who graduated, the star running back from their team last year and the centerpiece of their offense.
Barber rushed for just under 2,000 yards last season, so they definitely will miss him in this offense.
Miles Thigpen, the quarterback. Next to him, Jonathan Stewart. Hands off to Stewart. Stewart rushes near side. Flag comes in as Stewart rushes up the sideline. Finally brought down in front of the Rhinebeck bench. But hold everything because that might be a holding call, and that is exactly what it is. That one's coming back.
It's the worst thing that can happen in a situation like that. Your running back picks up a good amount of yards in that one run play, and then you brought all the way back because of a penalty.
But on the flip side, he never would have picked up that yardage if his lineman wasn't holding.
That's true. That is true.
Well, fair is fair.
It all equals out.
It always entertains me when fans complain about big plays being called back due to holding. If there's holding, then it shouldn't have been a big play.
After
That's
the
true.
penalty and the 10-yard mark-off, it'll be first down and about 18 for Woodlands.
We'll go with Sean Lincoln's estimate. First and 18 now for Woodlands.
Come on, Zach.
Look at the radar. This is a big system that's coming over us right now. It could rain like this for a while. Hand off to Stewart. Fumble, ball on the ground. Who's got it?
Looks like Woodlands is recovering.
On
They
the
signaled
carry, there
very
was a fumble
quickly.
recovered by Woodlands. However, the play goes for no gain. It'll bring out second down.
Certainly expect that again because of the weather, slippery conditions, and
The ball security is certainly going to play a role in this one.
It's all good.
I'm sure by the third or fourth quarter we'll be in Mud Bowl-like conditions if it stays like this.
always fun to watch as a fan, but when you're playing in it, not so easy.
Not so fun for us ever doing the laundry either. Especially for Woodlands, those white jerseys, those stains will never come out.
You're gonna need some shouted out something, maybe the dry cleaners.
Thigpen from the gun.
There you go, Zach. Get him.
Low snap goes into the end zone, and he's going to have to fall on it. That will be a safety.
And the fumble on the snap.
Well, the Black Cats putting great pressure
Play results in a
on
safety.
the Falcons in this drive, and it results in a safety
The
there.
Black Cats.
So Rhinebeck's going to get the ball back here as well because score a safety, you punt it away.
So, in other terms, Rhinebeck has had the ball most of this game so far.
Except for those 3 plays, one of which was called back.
Got this, man. You're looking good.
So Woodlands will set up for the safety kick. Kyle Smith again, he's got it on the tee. The same 3 deep for Rhinebeck, although not that deep, they're near midfield. It's Brescia, Sevion in the center, and the nearest on your screen would be Chris Ricart. Kick is end over end. Sevion goes back and fields at the 35. Player slipping up, Sevion with room. Sevion gets through, and the old story is back. Sevion with a kick return touchdown.
Jake Sevion went right up the gut with that one, and a couple of slip-ups by the Falcons, and it equals a 6-point on the board for the Black Cats.
Jake Sevion picking up right where he left off last year, a number of special team return touchdowns, both kicking and punting. And once you saw that player slip up at the 40-45 yard line, he had a hole and he was blasted right through it.
That's exactly right. The dangerous weapon that Jake Sevion is on special teams receiving, and he just took advantage of that slip up and shot right for that hole, and that was all she wrote.
See what they do for the extra point conversion. Looks Sevion's lining up to kick, but again, they could always fake it. He is very athletic. Ricart, the holder, very athletic as well, so they could kick. They could easily run a fake to the outside. We'll see what happens.
I'd be guessing right now, even with a team prone to faking, they're going to just go for the kick.
They will kick it. It's low and off the crossbar, the upright, right in that corner.
And the kick hit the post.
So with 3:01 to go in the first quarter,
And resulted
8-0
in a
Black
no
Hats.
good attempt.
And Woodlands will get the ball back when we return.
But after the
Well, Jake Sevion does it all. He kicks, he returns. He's setting up for Rhinebeck's first kickoff of the game.
Always can use a player like that on your team, somebody who is an essential part of the whole game.
Kicking off for the
Can't
Black
discount
Hats,
the fact that he's a star receiver and plays a very good defensive back position as well. Kick is low, takes a bounce towards the sideline, it'll stay in. Picked up by Stewart. Stewart gets wrestled back by Ricart, and he is down inside the 10. Not a good decision there by Stewart to try to end that one around.
Stewart looked like a dead duck at one moment there, just not really able to make forward progress up the field. The Black Hats just got down there too quickly. Looked like he was having trouble with his footing as well. It definitely has to be hard trying to get a grip on the ground and move forward with the wet grass.
So Woodlands now, and they're deep in their own territory again. They need these snaps to come in cleanly. That's how Rhinebeck got their first points of safety. They got past Miles Stigpen. He's in the gun, Stewart on the side, but first a flag. That might be delay a game. That did take a while. False start is the call. That's going to bring it back 5 yards or half the distance. Either way, the ball was on the 10.
Prior to the snap, false start against the Falcons.
Attempts of the Falcons to get a drive going here have been rendered useless so far.
Woodlands offense has not had an opportunity to really get any sort of rhythm yet. Only their second possession. Snap is good. Stewart rumbling forward. He picks up 5 to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Stewart looks like a guy who can break free if he's in open space, but I don't know about you. I'd probably rather go with a Dom Brescia in this situation and try and muscle through players, especially in the rain, and not being able to get your footing together and show your speed off.
Under 2.5 minutes left in the quarter now. Another handoff to Stewart near side. And bottled up, Colangelo is in there, as well as Nick DeRico. This
is a Rhinebeck defense that was very stellar last year. This year, I mean, I don't think anybody's expecting any less than that. With the 5 defensive shutouts they had last season, they're doing a great job here suffocating the run against the Falcons.
3rd down and a long 5.
Warm up.
4 wide, look for a pass here. They do still have Stewart in the backfield as well. Snap gets away again. Stewart falls on it, and the question is whether it's a safety or a 4th and very long, and it looks like they'll spot it right at the 1. This might be a day where you need to abandon the shotgun and go under center.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Rob, that the snapping seems to be an issue right here in the shotgun formation. So Woodlands definitely has to take care of that here and now. Otherwise, they're not going to have a shot to win this game.
They line up to punt, but then call the timeout.
On the field for the Falcons.
55 seconds left first quarter. Black Hats up 8-0. Woodlands will punt when we return. Brescia is deep for the punt. Sevion is not very deep, but I guess you'd call him in a returning position. Miguel Lanier takes the snap. Has time, punt is low, takes a Woodlands bounce. It looks like they'll just down it right by the 30-yard line.
Not a very good punt right there, but doesn't look like the kicking has been something of any impressive factor today in today's game.
And it is one of the more difficult things about the high school game, especially when we're talking about this during the Mamaroneck game as well. The boys soccer program plays during the same season as the football program. So if you're that good of a kicker, you're probably going to be a soccer player.
I mean, I could agree with you. I mean, the kicking is definitely not a strong point of high school football, especially here, but you know, it definitely is something that I say teams need to work on. It is a pretty important part of the game.
Gottlieb from the gun. Flanked by Brescia. It's a give to Brescia. And he gets a little bit of space on that far side, but couldn't break free. No gain.
Yeah, that was a great block there by Chanchuli. He tried to free up a hole for Brescia, and he cut back and read that hole, but unfortunately the Woodlands defense was able to suffocate him right after that.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Rhinebeck up 8-0. Take a timeout. We'll come right back on LMC Varsity Sports. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Rhinebeck already up 8-0, looking for more. Very good field position. It'll be a second down and 9.
Seems to be some sort of delay of game here.
Well, it seems like every time that they have to respot the ball and they switch sides, it takes a minute.
Okay, yeah.
Chains are getting set, and they did move the chains, so it's actually second and 11, not 9, so they didn't have those set right. Ready to go now. Gottlieb in the gun. Cueto in motion, and that's 2 men in. That's a false start.
Flag on the field for false start against the Black Hats. And
that'll move it back 5 more yards.
It'll bring up second down and 16.
At this point, if you're Rhinebeck, you want to try and put another 6 up on the board and try and run away with this game. And penalties here are not going to help that.
So second down and long. Rhinebeck mostly operating out of the shotgun. Years past, we've seen him mostly under center approach. Play action, pass is complete to Ricart. Gets a little bit of room to the side. He's close to a first down. It'll be a third down and short.
Black Hats catch by number 37, Chris.
The motion there definitely got the Woodlands defense looking towards Cueto as he moved towards the left-hand side of the offensive line, and that opened things up for Ricart there.
This time it's a give to Brescia, and he's got a hole. Brescia with a move, still rumbling near the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown.
Running it up the gut to Dom Brescia, and he puts it in for Rhinebeck. He's did a great job there, recognizing the hole and shooting right through it for Rhinebeck. That's something of a strength for Dom Brescia, is running that ball right up the middle.
Also a nice move when he got to the second level there. He had that man to beat and kind of dangled him off his leg.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I'm talking about with the strong kid that Dom Brescia is. I mean, you can tell that he can shake a defender, and that's exactly what he did there.
Oh no, they were 6 yards.
Line up to kick the extra point. Snap's good. Kick is wide left.
Well, I mean, with the kicks continuing to be this poor, I'd probably go with the fake at that point and try and put it in the end zone.
The extra point for the Black Hats is no good.
11:08 to go,
However,
second quarter.
It's now 14-0 for the Black Hats.
Score 14-0. Black Hats will kick off in just a moment. Rhinebeck getting ready to kick off. It'll be Sevion once again, serving as the kicker in this game. Kick is short. Actually was bobbled by Amari Bilal, and now it's the quarterback Thigpen who picks it up. He gets tackled at his own 30.
Thigpen swarmed by 3 Black Hats, and they take him out of bounds.
Woodlands returned by number 1, Miles.
Always got to be careful with having your quarterback have the ball on a punt return. I should say kickoff return.
On the sideline.
Don't want any unneeded injuries.
At the Woodlands 31-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for the Falcons.
Number 18. The little guy. The little guy.
It's like they might want to switch out the ball or they want to respot it on the near hash mark. Snap was low, Thigpen picks it up, tries to take off with it, shakes a tackler. Finally taken down. That was Nick DeRico on the tackle.
I think Thigpen with another dealing with a lot of low snaps, but they continue to go to the shotgun here. And he took a pump fake to the right and then shot towards the left. And I don't think Woodlands. I don't think they faked anybody out there. Didn't seem like the Black Cats defense was faked out in that particular situation.
Thigpen again in the gun. This snap's good. Hands it off. That's Lanier wrapped up. No gain.
Well, that's a good job there of defense, Black Cats defense, stopping the run. Once again. And Maffei was the tackler on the play.
On the tackle for the Black Cats, number 50, Matt Garofalo.
Oops. Check that, Matt Garofalo.
Third down and short coming up for the Falcons. 3 men wide, 1 in the backfield. 4 men wide, actually. And that looked like it got started a little too early. Only question is offsides or false start.
Prior to the snap,
false start
on the field, it was a false start against the Falcons. And after the 5-yard mark off, it'll bring up third down and 6 for Woodlands.
Falcons still really haven't gotten any rhythm going in an offensive possession here.
That easy-looking third down conversion just got harder. 4 wide. And Lanier's in the backfield along with Thigpen. Fakes the handoff. Thinks about running with it. Comes around the sideline. That is close to a first down. Crashing into the Rhinebeck bench. We'll see where the spot is.
Well, they set up 4 receivers wide there, and it looked like Thigpen was thinking about, wasn't really thinking about throwing the ball at all.
It looks like they're getting ready to move the chains, and then now they do signal the first down.
And the play does go for a first down. It'll be first and 10 for Woodlands.
See by the spot, they did get it by a good 2 yards.
Just inside their 45-yard line.
Handoff this time, Stewart, wrapped up in the backfield.
Stewart really not making any progress here as the Black Cats swarmed him. They recognized that run play right off the bat.
Carry actually results in a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up second down and 12 for the Falcons.
I don't believe Thigpen has thrown the ball at all. If I recall, maybe he's thrown it once as the crowd starts to get loud here.
4 wide, trips to the right, and that's going to be offsides.
Flag on the play prior to the snap. It is offsides against the Black Hats. After the 5-yard mark-off, it'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
The rain's starting to come down hard again.
And we're expecting a pretty steady rain throughout the game. Look, that weather.com futurecast was not accurate. There was a chance that the storm could have rotated around us, but clearly not the case. Fake the handoff, and the pass incomplete. He led Stewart just a little bit too much.
Falcons pass intended for number 2.
That was dangerously close to going the other way on that. The Black Hats defense recognized that.
For the Falcons.
See Thigpen really trying to stick to run plays and short passes.
It's a 3rd down now, 7 to go. Ball hits the ground, it's picked up by Ryneck. Matt Garofalo is going to take it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And right there, Ryneck creates a lot of separation in this one. With a big defensive stop there and a fumble.
There is a flag down, so we'll have to wait and see if this one will stand.
And the flag has been picked up.
They're picking up the flag, it's good.
The play is a touchdown for the Black Hats.
Well, everybody had to hold their breath for a second, hoping that one didn't come all the way back, but no penalty.
Number 50, Matt Garofalo.
That was one of the weirdest snap fumbles I've ever seen. It didn't go into the backfield. It kind of rolled out towards a tight end position.
Yes.
And then Garofalo off the edge was right there to pick it up.
Yeah.
It really had a clear shot at the end zone.
Yes, Garofalo really didn't have to dig for that one or fight for that one. It basically fell right there for him and rolled over, he picked it up and took it home.
Think about that like,
I love the fumble plays where there's players doing a lot more work to make the fumble happen than the person who actually runs it in. Right there, it was just a bad snap.
See if they kick it. This time they run the fake. Ricard is going to try to go around the edge, and I think he got stopped short. It's no good.
Hard hit on Ricard, and that's special. So that fake there.
4 minutes gone by in the first half. 20-0 Ryneck.
However, after
No retribution so far for Woodlands.
Increases the lead.
We'll be right back for the kickoff.
Falcons 0.
Set up for the kickoff. Woodlands really needs to get something going on offense. They haven't had much. Kick fielded off the ground by Thigpen. He tries to reverse course, may have a little room, takes it to the outside. Thigpen still with the ball. He's out to midfield, finally taken down. Got it past midfield, a good kick return for Woodlands.
Yeah, that's something Woodlands needed at this point in this game. I mean, they're down 20, and they really haven't had a good offensive drive yet. Thigpen can try and ignite this team a little bit with a good kick return, and that's what he did there. Not to mention a nice little hurdle over a Black Hat defender.
The only thing is he can't do it all himself. He needs a little bit of help from his friends.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, I don't believe any receivers have completed a pass for the Falcons. But then again, Thigpen's not throwing the ball much either.
come on, D, hold him back.
I think the whole total operation hasn't been too succinct for Woodlands.
They come out again 4 wide, trips to the far side. They're going to throw it. And a very short gain, probably no gain there for Jonathan Stewart.
I know, thinking it might be crazy in these type of weather conditions, I'd almost like to see Woodlands try and throw a ball deep. I mean, get something going. Not even. We're not talking about a Hail Mary pass here, but just something that can get that ball. You know, get those chains moving. Get the ball down the field. I mean, so far they've tried the screen passes. They've tried the run. Obviously, nothing's working.
Well, it's hard to get something working against the Black Hat defense, even though they lost a number of stars from last year's team. Clearly, it looks like they're picking up right where they left off. We're through almost 6 quarters of football this season, and obviously they haven't allowed a point yet.
Yes, that is true.
Can't do better than that.
No.
You can't give them negative points.
Yeah.
Big Pen will pass. A duck down the field. This one is picked off by Colangelo.
Well, Rob, they did what I asked them to, and it ends up in a pick right there. But I mean, definitely just a duck, as you mentioned. I mean, there was no life on that ball at all.
Yeah, that's a wet ball throw if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. What I was referring to is possibly some sort of, down and out over the down and in over the middle, or maybe a little short 10-step flag route towards the sidelines. Not a duck on some sort of streak there.
So Black Hats will set back up on offense. Gottlieb from the gun. Snaps have not been an issue. Handoff and a short gain.
Can't expect the Black Hats to be doing anything different now than running the ball. I mean, they don't want to lose the ball at this point.
Black Hat carry on the play goes for 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
The story so far today, Rob, has been a game of offensive possession for the Black Hats.
And Woodlands hasn't had the ball that much, and when they have, they really haven't done anything with it. Their biggest play so far, probably that kick return by Thigpen. That could have set up a good drive, but did not come to fruition. Handoff, that's Brescia coming near side around the corner. Flag comes in, that might be a hold. Brescia steps out of bounds.
Black Hat carries on the play, but number 28 is on Brescia, but there is flags on the field.
Brescia did a great job bending outside there, picking up some yardage, but Black Hats are hoping this one doesn't come back.
You read the blocker well. The question is, was the blocker blocking
on the
legally?
Penalty is holding against the Black Hats.
Apparently not.
Let's go, guys.
Unofficially 6:05 left in the quarter. The official time kept on the field, and obviously it will be made known to us when the half comes to an end.
10-yard mark off from the spot of the foul will bring up 2nd down and 15.
Everything is moving pretty well for the Black Hats so far this season, as they're trying to repeat section champs like they were last year.
Cueto and Brescia in the backfield. It's Cueto. Pushes it forward for a short gain.
Black Hats carry on the play by number 11.
I haven't seen that much from Cueto as far as the run game is concerned, especially after hearing that he'd be playing a little fullback this year, and you figure be getting some more running plays to him. It's been mostly Brescia when they've handed the ball off.
The rain's getting a little bit lighter now.
Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Definitely a good thing for Woodlands. I mean, Rhinex seems like they haven't had as much trouble with it.
I'm sure the field's still wet though. This whole complex really built on swampland, so it doesn't dry out that quickly.
Yeah.
To give to Brescia near side. He's wrapped up after a short gain.
Black Hat carry on the play by number 28, Don Brescia. Play goes for 3 yards. It'll bring up 4th down for the Black Hats. And we have a timeout on the field for Woodlands. Timeout on the field for
Timeout Falcons. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Rhinebeck up 20-0 and looking for even more when we come back. They have set the clock back up. It's 4:02 to go in the first half, and now some whistles. Looks like they were not quite ready to resume yet. Now they're good. See if he actually punts it this time. He does. Takes a good hop, and Rhinebeck's going to be able to down this one at the Woodlands 30.
Black Hat punt by number 8, Jake Semyon. Rolls down into Woodlands
You figure with a weak punt like that the Woodlands Falcons would try and return that, or somehow get their hands on that. I know it was a long draw punt, but I mean they didn't seem like they were showing any life at all trying to pick that ball up.
Well, I mean you can see from the flip side, there was the gunner for Rhinebeck was getting pretty close to Stewart. A, B, you don't want to mess up, drop that ball, make it a live ball that Rhinebeck can pick up.
That is true. Yes.
All for the sake of maybe 5 yards.
Yeah.
Was kind of knuckling. A bouncing football is never easy to pick up.
No, it is. It's probably one of the hardest things to do in sports.
Especially a wet one.
Yes.
So Woodlands will take back over. Hand off to Stewart. He breaks a couple tackles. A nice gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Falcons carry by number 2, Jonathan Stewart.
That was a quick little handoff there to Stewart. He was finally starting to make some forward progress here. Nice decision would be to maybe run a fake off that handoff and try and get some sort of short pass going here for Woodlands.
See what they decide to do. Thigpen, as he has been all day, is in the gun. Hand off to Lanier. And the ball comes loose. They say he was down before it came out. Tell me a play for no gain.
Yeah, he was definitely down before the ball popped out.
No fumble on the play.
Well, that's what it is. We don't have any video review here, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have that benefit.
4 yards to go.
Although I've had fans ask me to look at the footage while we're shooting it.
If we could, we would.
I wouldn't want to be part of that controversy.
That's true. It is beneficial, though, in sports, now in baseball.
3rd and 5, Thigpen takes off running. Needs to get to the 40. Actually had to get to the 39, and I think he did get just enough. A flag comes down after the play.
Carried by number 1, Miles Thigpen, and there are flags on the field.
And the coaching staff on the Black Hat side is very fired up after that one.
See what the result is of that flag. I think the play did have just enough for the first down on the run. It's holding against Woodlands. And the question is whether the penalty will be accepted. It's unsportsmanlike against Rhinebeck, so I think those are going to offset.
During the play, there was a hold.
It's actually going to enforce both penalties. They're going to bring it back.
And at the conclusion of the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, we know that
the Black Hats.
There are penalties being enforced, and we'll see where it gets marked.
For the holding,
we know why the coaching staff was fired up, probably about the unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Well, the unsportsmanlike conduct is the much larger penalty. Yeah, I think it's a 15 yards, so.
Right, which is understandable why the coaching staff was mad. Especially when you're just coupling the whole situation with another penalty.
I think the net effect is really about 3 more yards for Woodlands on the carry. It's a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Snap goes away again. Bilal jumps on it, so Woodlands will keep the ball this time.
A bad job of Woodlands today, just beginning their plays. I mean, they haven't had, we know in a situation where, even look back to the Super Bowl last year. Game started out for Peyton Manning with a bad snap. What happened after that? Everything went downhill. I don't know if you can blame it totally on that, but if you can't start a play, you can't really get the machine going.
Under 2 minutes to go, first half. So Woodlands they want to score this half, they're going to have to start moving the ball quickly. They're running that spread offense most of the day. Another snap gets away. Thigpen chasing, and he just has to fall on it inside the 10.
I think it's a terrible decision that the Woodlands coaching staff hasn't picked up on. Stop running things in the shotgun.
I don't know if they've run anything not out of the shotgun. A lot of teams now don't run any plays from under center besides maybe a victory formation kneel, which you have to.
Right.
Fumble on the snap once again,
So
recovered by Woodlands.
I think it's a question of we've practiced the shotgun snap all these weeks. We haven't practiced the under center snap that much.
Yeah.
Which one's going to be better?
We do have
and it just shows though that if you're going to choose to stick with the shotgun formation, then you have to be prepared to do it in weather conditions like this. I don't know what the issue is right now, but there's definitely a disconnect on who's snapping the ball and where it's continuously going
all right, that's
crazily.
All right, thank you.
Clock has been corrected to 1:02 remaining in the half. Woodlands will have a third down and, my goodness, 45? Roughly?
I think so.
Within 3 yards. If you're ever going to air it out near the end of a half, this might be the play to do it.
Yeah.
Fourth down, you still might want to punt.
Yeah, in this situation, the smart thing probably would be to punt the ball away.
Some teams, and we saw with Mamaroneck last year in a game, they'll punt on third down just to catch the team off guard and get that field position.
Yeah. That's a gutsy move, but definitely could work out if you do it in the right situation. Here, if they decide to Hail Mary it, as you suggested, I'm afraid that it's just going to be another dead duck and wind up in another pick for the Black Hats.
Well, we'll find out soon. They're lined up as if they're going to run a standard play. Four wide receivers are spread. They hand it off. And a little bit of a breakaway here from Bilal. Doesn't gain a whole lot.
Play by number 12, Amari Bilal.
I don't really understand the decision there.
Maybe trying to run out the clock.
After the carry, it's going to be fourth down and long for the Falcons. And we do have a timeout on the field.
Timeout's been called. So 52 seconds left first half. Be a fourth down and long when we return. Well, Woodlands is lining up to punt here. Brescia and Sevion deep for the Black Hats. And Woodlands just hoping that this isn't a punt return touchdown. Snap is high but good enough. Lanier blasts it away. Takes a hop. Brescia tried to pick it up but got quickly wrapped up. A good play by Jonathan Stewart to get in there and prevent a return.
Best punt all game, I'd probably say so myself. But still struggling with the ability to snap the ball. Another very, very close situation with that snap. I could have seen that going over his head.
That's kind of the nice and easy approach there.
Yeah. It becomes a mental thing. You realize that you're not snapping the ball correctly, and then you try and baby it almost, like it looks like he might have there. Try and controlling where the ball is going.
Reineck with three wide receivers. Gottlieb to pass. Unloads down the field looking for Cueto. Intercepted. Or that might be a dual possession. I think it was intercepted.
Where's the flag?
Flag comes in. That's going to be probably an unsportsmanlike after the play.
Lanier ripped the ball out of his hands.
I'm not even sure who has the ball. I think that was an interception, but you could make an argument for simultaneous possession, like the old inter-touchdownception play.
Right.
Seahawks and Green Bay from a couple of years back.
Right. Well, Gottlieb let go of that one, and you could tell it was probably, it was kind of a dangerous, anything deep today is going to be dangerous. I mean, let's face it, but the weather is definitely to blame for that.
The indication on the field was that it was a completed pass for the Black Cats.
They're going to rule that a complete, so that would be the simultaneous possession rule where you give it to the offense.
Right.
I guess tie goes to the runner.
Exactly, almost like that.
Against Woodlands.
And the unsportsmanlike was against Woodlands on that play, so they can't catch a break.
Not today. It hasn't been the Falcons' day today.
35 seconds on the clock. Rhyneck in good position to try to put more points up. The officials still conversing. They changed the call. Now it's an interception.
Wow.
Correction, they changed the call.
They still have the unsportsmanlike.
Interception for the Falcons.
I was going to say, I mean, it looked like an interception to me, if anything.
It did look like an interception. It looked like Lanier had the ball first, and then Cueto tried to wrestle it away.
Right.
But clearly, at least from up here, from our vantage point, it looked like clearly Lanier had possession of that ball first.
Exactly.
So give the officials credit for taking the time to get the call right.
Get the penalty.
So Woodlands back on offense. Low snap picked up. Stewart bounces it to the outside. Stewart runs into the Rhyneck bench area. That will be a first down. He ran out, so it'll stop the clock.
Falcons carrying the play by number 2, Jonathan
Woodlands
Stewart.
can only hope
On
that
tackle,
somehow
the
this
Black Cats,
play,
number
maybe the
7,
reversing of the call, will
Rico.
be a turning point for them in this game.
We're still under 30 seconds left in the half, so a couple of nice runs might not do it unless it goes all the way.
And I don't see them completing a long pass here either.
Stranger things have happened.
That is true.
First and 10 for Woodlands. Fake. Thigpen keeps it. Bounce through, takes a big hit at the end of that play. That was Chris Ricard, the hard-hitting safety in there.
Chris Ricard really got into him on that one. What a crushing hit for Thigpen, and you definitely worry about your quarterback after a hit like that.
And Ricard's a guy who got a reputation last year. He knows how to bring the pain.
Yeah. You just saw Ricard coming in on that, and definitely nobody was being able to take Thigpen down. He just laid down the hammer.
It is a first down, but the clock's still running. Thigpen trying to get everyone lined up to get this play off before the clock runs out. And they do snap it in time. It does not work. Oh, wait a minute. Still on his feet is Lanier. And he finally is taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Woodlands carry on the play by number 10, Miguel Lanier.
And it looks like that is officially the end of the half.
Dan Humphreys leading the charge on the defense.
So 20-0 as we head back to the locker room.
With the Black Cats ahead, 20-0.
Rhyneck offense, defense, special teams, all getting it done. That gives them the lead at the half. We will return with the second half in just a moment. Watching Black Hat football on LMC Varsity Sports.
Support Team Rhyneck Booster Club.
for the second half. Rhinebeck will be kicking it to Woodlands. Deepest man is Jonathan Stewart. Sevion will kick. Takes a bounce at the 30. It's picked up by Thigpen. He had a good return last time. This time not as much. Gets a few yards. Flags come down.
And on the return for the Falcons,
I caught the tail end of that, but that was definitely a scuffle over here near the Blackhat sidelines. It looked to be DeVito McKenzie. Gonna have to check on that one though.
I think we're about to get the call.
Yeah, that was Sevian and DeVito McKenzie scuffling near the sidelines here.
And the call on the play was a hold against Woodlands on the return.
Looks like Sevion was upset about getting held. He was right.
Yeah.
That's really it. You think about it, that's a bad penalty for Woodlands. That block was nowhere near the play. There's no reason for that to have to happen.
Sometimes, you know, with the type of game, the way this has been going for Woodlands, there's a lot of frustration, I guess you can imagine, in their locker room right now. And, you know, sometimes, unfortunately, they like to take it out on their best play, one of their best players. And Sevion's been that guy for the Black Hats today. I mean, they're one of the key components for the team today.
To give, actually no, Thigpen still has it. He picks up about 7 yards.
Quarterback keeper by number 1, Miles Thigpen for the Falcons.
Looks like there's a player down for Rhinebeck. We'll take a break as he gets tended to.
Second down and 2 for the Falcons.
It was Chris Ricard who was down, got up after a couple of minutes. Looks like he may have cramped up.
Gonna be
They're stretching him out.
Yeah.
Give to Stewart. He's got the first down and more.
Stewart really muscling through breaking a couple of tackles there. A few players, and Stewart, I mean, the only hope for the Falcons right now is that Stewart breaks out in the big second half regarding the running game, or Thigpen obviously is going to be expected to do a lot because we haven't seen too many of their other weapons.
Fresh set of downs for the Falcons. Rain is picked up again after almost stopping at halftime. Thigpen with a keeper. He's finally taken down by Brescia after a gain of 5.
Woodlands have been going to that play a lot. The fake to Stewart, and then Thigpen takes off outside. And I don't know. It seems like a very repetitive playbook for Woodlands. Saw that play a lot in the first half.
Thigpen's limping around now, so now he goes down. I'm going to have to take a look at Thigpen. We'll take a quick break. Falcons come back out after Thigpen was helped off the field.
A couple injuries here in the second half between Thigpen now, most recent one.
Looks like Amari Bilal's going to take over at quarterback. He gives to Stewart. Stewart cuts up the field, and he picks up a Falcons first down.
Bilal had to deal with another low snap there. Actually dropped the ball for a moment. He was able to recover.
Goes for a first down. It'll be first and 10 for the Falcons from Black Hat territory on their 42-yard line.
Thigpen's back out there, so just sat out the required one play, and he's right back out there at quarterback.
Could have been just a cram, maybe. The weather conditions are a little bit cooler than it has been.
This is a give to Bilal, and he does not get much.
Falcons carry on the play by number 12, Amari Bilal. Play goes for almost no gain. It'll bring up second down for the Falcons.
Every time I hear that, I want to say Bilal Powell, but
I almost said Bilal Powell, thinking about the Jets running back. Second down and 9. And looks like we had a jump there.
Prior to the snap,
That's going to be offsides, I believe.
offsides penalty against the Black Hats. After the 5-yard mark off, it'll bring up second down and 4.
Another give to Stewart. He gets close to a first down, but then sent back. And we'll see where they mark the forward progress. It's close to a first down.
Falcons carry on the play by number 2, Jonathan Stewart.
And they will
And
move the
indication on
chains at the
field
first
is that
down.
It was enough for a first down.
So the Falcons have been
that'll
going
be
to
the
this
first
run,
and 10
they're going to
for
the
the
running
Falcons.
game a lot during this whole game, but here in the second half, they finally are able to move the ball down the field. Say their longest possession probably the whole game.
You think about it, Thigpen not really able to run as well now after cramping up earlier.
It's going to hurt them. I mean, we've seen
They haven't been. He hasn't been keeping it. He hasn't kept one since.
Yeah, they've been running a lot to Stewart.
Stewart just checked out. They've got Bilal in the backfield now. They brought out another receiver, Thomas Cregan. Low snap. Thigpen. Taken down. Big loss.
You can't afford to continue to snap the ball like that. I mean,
After the
that is going to
snap,
hurt the
ball is
Woodlands
picked up by
Falcons.
number
It's
1,
really not
Miles
going to give them any
Thigpen.
chance to win this game or even get on the board.
However, the play goes for a loss. It'll bring up
It's been a
second down
recurring theme for them,
and
some
about
struggle
20.
snapping the wet ball. Ryan Eck has run the majority of their plays out of the shotgun. They haven't seemed to have too much trouble.
No, they've definitely been more successful snapping the ball that way. But, I mean, here, you know, Woodlands is in decent field position. They've had a successful drive so far. The worst thing that could happen is lose it like that due to another bad snap.
It's obviously a signal because they all do it.
That one's okay. Hand off to Stewart. Some positive yardage.
I mean, Woodlands has just been running the ball this whole game. I mean, obviously the passing game is going to be a little irrelevant. But here, after running the ball so much and pounding it that way, why not open up a short pass pattern, try and move the chains a little that way? They might catch the Black Hats asleep.
Five minutes gone by in the second half. Score is unchanged from halftime, still 20-0. Fielded on a bounce. It is a pass, and is caught. I believe that was Lanier who was running the route.
That's a good job there. That's exactly what I meant. So, you know, a certain button hook type pass right there. Lanier turns around, the ball is right there. It's not too deep of a pass, which would be uncontrollable at this point because of the weather conditions. I'd like to see Woodlands continue to do that if they want to try and get on the board here in the second half.
So 4th down and 9. They really haven't been able to gain yardage in large chunks yet, so we'll see what they go to here. Looks like they've got trips lined up close on the near side. Fake the handoff. Pressure in the backfield. Thigpen has to scurry away. Going towards the sideline. He's got the first down, and he's met short of the goal line. The question is, was he in or out? And it looks like he was tackled short.
Number 1, Miles Thigpen.
Biggest play of the game here for Woodlands.
That's a big play, as you mentioned. Trips on the right. Now, he faked the Thigpen fakes the handoff. He scrolls right. He has Stewart open, I believe, on the tail end of that play, but he decides to run, and I can't blame him for deciding to run.
And you can't, especially he had Matt Garofalo closing in on him as well. He had to get out of there.
Yes. If he had led Stewart on a throw, you know, towards the corner there, he might have had him, but definitely not a bad choice by Thigpen to run in that situation.
First down and goal from the 2. Low snap, Thigpen tackled for a loss. Chris Ricard in on it.
Well, I mean, what's going to happen here is the Black Cats are not dumb. I mean, they're not going to let Thigpen just run the ball into the end zone. I mean, this whole drive has been founded upon running the ball, whether it's been Stewart or Thigpen, and the Black Cats are going to bear down here if that continues to be the case.
From inside the 10-yard line, we have a timeout on the play.
The Black Cat player down might be Ricard cramping up again.
Player down on the field.
They'll tend to him, and we'll come right back on LMC TV.
Before the snap, there's a flag on the field. And the indication is a penalty against the Falcons.
After the 5-yard mark off of the penalty, it'll bring up second down and goal from the 10-yard line.
Penalty on that last play. That moves it back, and Anthony, they get that close to scoring, and now it's a second down from the 10-yard line almost. They're moving backwards right when they looked like they were going to break through.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be frustrating for this Falcons team. They really need a big play here to cap this drive off.
They give it to Bilal. He rumbles forward closer to the goal line. He's got it inside the 5.
Yeah, Bilal with a nice job running it right up the gut there, and just need a little more of a push here for Woodlands to get into the end zone. I would not go to any. I would probably just continue to try and run it up the gut at this point. Try and break the plane there.
See what they do on 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and goal from the 4. And hit right away. Zach Schmalecki.
Now, the Black Cats defense is definitely going to swarm. I mean, they're going to swarm this. They know exactly what Woodlands is going to do. They're going to try and run it right in. And what might be helpful here is a quick fake handoff, play action, and a nice screen pass. You know, 5 foot down and out, or maybe another button hook. They were successful in that completion earlier.
Timeout on the field. It'll be a 4th and goal for Woodlands when we return. Well, Woodlands' best chance to score is down to a 4th down play.
Woodlands crowd is getting loud here, looking for their team to do something.
Thigpen tries to throw, and he is sacked. Number of Black Cats in there, including Nick DeRico leading the way.
And that just shows what kind of defense you're dealing with here. Overall, what kind of team you're dealing with here in the Black Cats. I mean, just a great job to swarm Thigpen before he even had a chance to do it, and they called the blitz at the right time.
10 for the Black Cats from their own 10-yard line.
So of course, Rhinebeck takes over on downs.
I don't think there was any chance there, Rob, of even Thigpen being able to release the ball if they did decide, to pass it.
It would have. He had maybe enough time for a quick swing pass, but
yeah.
Really, he had 3-4 guys right on him right away. Really, not much time to do anything with the football.
Which is why, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe there was a fake handoff in that play. Might have helped them out. Might have helped the Black Cats defense bite on that.
Gottlieb with a handoff to Brescia that goes nowhere. It's the first time Rhinebeck has had the ball in this half.
Black carry by number 28, Dom Brescia. Goes for a short loss. It'll bring up second down.
I mean, the stop here, you have to believe, though, by the Black Cats defense is definitely, it's putting the nail in the coffin right at this point. I mean, as you said, that was Woodland's best chance to score this whole game. In the red zone, have the ball for a long time, and they're not able to put it home.
Second down, 12. Brescia in the backfield. Over to the near side is Cueto, and he's got a first down.
Black Blackjack carrying the play by number 11.
Cueto bursts out right there. We haven't seen him that much all game with a considerable burst like that.
From their own 25-yard line.
They have to, when they grow out their hair, they have to, shave the number 1, 2, or 3 on their hair.
Clock continues to run, under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. First and 10 for Rhineck.
Wouldn't expect any passing game really here from the Black Hats.
Give to Brescia. He tries to come out to the side and maybe gets a yard.
Black Hat carrying the play by number 28, Dom Brescia. Goes for a short gain and it'll bring up second down.
I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like the rain has come to a stop.
Let's hope that we can bank on that for the rest of this game. That could possibly be something good for Woodlands, but honestly, I mean, with the way that watching their quarterback Thigpen, I really don't think they have he has as strong of an arm to be a great quarterback regarding his arm strength. I think he's more of a runner when you look at Thigpen and what he can do.
Timeout on the field.
After a long delay, timeout Rhineck, 1:32 to go, third quarter. We'll take a break as well. We'll be right back on LMC TV.
Black Hat carrying the play by number 28, Dom Brescia. Picks up about 3 yards. It'll bring up third down and 7.
Third down and 7 after that play for Rhineck. Under 1 minute left in the quarter. Sevion took the snap. It's Brescia who has it on the far side. Brescia gets the first down and nearly broke away for much more.
Yeah, Brescia was a split second away from taking that one down the field, but Deshaun Beecham was able to wrap him up just at the tail end of that drive to the right.
From their 43-yard line. Woodlands tackle on that play made by number 14, Deshaun Beecham.
Could be the last play of the quarter. Another first and 10. Ball on the 43. And a fumble on the play. Looks like Sevion jumped back on it.
Fumble on the play recovered by the Black Hats. It will bring up second down and 10 after no gain on the play.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter.
No
scoring in the third. Woodlands held the ball for the majority, could not punch it in. So after 3 quarters, Rhineck 20, Woodlands nothing. Here at the home opener. Two teams switch sides, 12 minutes left to play. Rhineck is really just trying to run the rest of this one out. Sevion still at quarterback. He's going to keep it, and Sevion breaks free. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. Right near the goal line, was he in is the question. Waiting for the signal, it is a touchdown.
And right there, Sevion just takes that one down the field, broke a few tackles, and once he had a little open space, he utilized his speed, and really nobody could catch up to him.
They had him in the quarterback position there, kind of ran that option with Dom Brescia, decided to keep it. I'd say that was a good decision.
Yeah, I think that was a great decision. I mean, right there, you have Brescia as an option in that play, but Sevion obviously saw that he had a hole, and he just decided to shoot for it.
Looks think they might be going for 2 here. Sevion, who's been serving as the kicker, is coming off the field.
That's what makes this Black Cats team so dangerous, is that you have so many players who can do so many things. I mean, Sevion in that instance right there just took that one home as if he was a running back.
They're going for 2, trying to get an even 28 points. Gottlieb keeps. He rushes to the near side and pushes it in.
And the 2-point conversion is good. Run into the end zone.
Gottlieb would have none of being tackled there. He just lowered his shoulder and blasted himself into the end zone.
That makes it 28-0. Just a few seconds into the 4th quarter. Rhinebeck running away with this one. So Rhinebeck will kick off. It's a bouncing kick. It gets through. Picked up by Stewart. He's trying to cut his way through. Breaks a couple tackles. Finally taken down by Cueto. A little bit of help from Shimalecki.
Woodlands return on the play by number 2.
Speaking earlier about how Woodlands has a big team physically, the Black Cats have done a great job showing that they're just bigger. I mean, they've been so much aggressive in this game, and even though their size may not have matched up to some of the players on Woodlands, they certainly have shown their aggressiveness has made up for that.
Woodlands, who marched down the field, their last possession and ate up the majority of the 3rd quarter, could not get it through to the end zone. We'll have to start all over again. To give to Bilal. Bilal up the sideline. Ricart trying to catch up, and he does.
Bilal with a big run there. He bended it outside and was able to use his speed to get around the Black Cat defenders. But you have to commend Ricart there for not giving up. I mean, he took him down, and that's a big play here. They could have gotten on the board with that one.
For now, a shutout-saving tackle.
The Woodlands 30-yard
Flag on the play, though, so it might come back.
And the indication is a hold.
Refs point in a few different ways. I'm not know what's going on here.
And the penalty looks like a holding penalty against the Falcons. That will bring the play back in a 10-yard mark-off from the spot of the foul.
Falcons just not able to put everything together here, even when they get a breaking
that was a big play there that could have set up a touchdown drive, but once again, a big play called back.
Now they're walking.
You're walking for. I thought there was a motion for. That was probably the spot of the foul. 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
I thought I understood football and no.
There's an unsportsmanlike against Rhinebeck at the end of that play. And they've had a couple of calls like that. That's something they really need to work on. Keep their discipline.
First down and short.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you definitely don't want your conduct to be the reason why you're getting called for penalties. I mean, there's other ways to understand penalties. I don't think that's one of them.
Give to Stewart. He bounces through. I think he's got enough for the first.
First down run for the Falcons by number 2, Jonathan Stewart. That carry will result in a first down for the Falcons. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
They will move the chains.
Actually, Colin. So what's your last name? Colin. No. Why is it Colin?
To give to Bilal. He goes nowhere.
Once again, a good job by Rhinebeck recognizing that run play. It's not that difficult at this point. They probably know what's coming, and they're able to take down Bilal right there.
I can look it up for sure, but it was something like that.
Especially since I haven't seen Woodlands go to too many other variations of the run other than that exact play.
And they run that option You can tell the difference in their offense last year versus this year, just with the absence of Tyrone Barber. What a game changer he was for this Woodlands team. Ran them to one section title, almost ran them to a second. So they ran into the Black Hat juggernaut last year. Thigpen will attempt to pass. Now he's going to run. Tackled by Don Brescia.
Lacking, obviously, some sort of passing game is this Woodlands team, and we've seen the whole time it's either been, the quarterback running, or it's been a run play to Stewart. And moving forward, I think that there needs to be some sort of development of skills regarding the passing game. I mean, I really don't remember one wide receiver making a catch or tight end in this game for the Falcons.
There might have been one where it was more of a wide receiver screen swing route.
Right.
But definitely not anything that you would call a vertical passing game. Flag comes in on the play for the snap.
Flag
false start.
Prior to the snap for a delay of game against the Falcons.
Sorry, delay of game is the call.
After the 5-yard mark off, it'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
So a 3rd and medium turns into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, just once again, putting yourself in terrible situations with, penalties are just making things worse for Woodlands right now.
To give to, no, it's a keeper. Thigpen gets it closer. 4th down and 4.
Falcons carry by number 1, Miles Thigpen. Picks up about 4 yards and will bring up 4th down and 4.
If I were the Falcons, I would run that play, but instead of faking the handoff and keeping it, I'd like to see them more try and get some sort of passing game out of it. I mean, there is no rain at the moment. You have to figure that
the air is dry.
Yeah, the air is dry.
So ideally that ball doesn't spend too much time on the ground. It shouldn't get too wet. This time they do go to pass. And incomplete, trying to find Miguel Lanier.
Falcons pass.
Right there, it's just a bad job of throwing the ball. I mean, he threw it behind him.
That will
And
result in a turnover.
I don't know what kind of pattern that was right there,
and
but
10
it just
for
seemed like there was a
Black
disconnect.
From the Falcons' 45-yard line.
So Rhinebeck will take back over on downs. 8:11 left on the clock. And I expect a lot of rushing from the Black Hats. Gottlieb in the gun. He'll keep it, rolls the pass, unloads one down the field. Sevion could not make the catch. Good defense by Lanier.
That's a tough throw right there. Gottlieb almost throwing across his body to the other side of the field. He was in a good position to throw that ball, but he's throwing from the opposite side of the field, and Sevion wasn't able to pull that one in.
He nearly did, though. You got to give credit there to Lanier. He defended Sevion well, which is not easy to do.
Yeah, Lanier came up with a big play there. That throw really didn't lead Sevion, so it was really sort of a jump ball, I guess, at that moment.
2nd down and 10. Hand off to Brescia. He cuts it to the near side, gets himself a few yards.
Black Hat carry on the play by number 28, Don
Speaking about the previous play, so I probably agree with some more plays like that, running it now. I mean, I don't really see a need right now for the Black Hats to throw the ball unless they want to work on their passing skills, but I think that right now it'd be smart to run the clock down, especially with a 28-0 lead.
I feel bad for whoever's in the Panther mascot suit. That thing is dripping wet.
Yeah.
That can't be fun.
No.
That's
I
dedication.
saw him before walking away sort of sad.
Brescia on the run again. Flag comes in. He's close to a first down, but we'll have to see what the penalty's for.
Third down carry by number 28, Tom Brescia, but there is a flag on the field.
You would assume it's for a holding.
And the call is for holding against the Black Hats.
That's what it is. Sad Panther, was he wringing out his tail?
Yeah, what I meant by that, I mean, he's so chipper over here, you know, trying to get the crowd going, and I turn around, and I look at him back there, and he's walking away with his head down, you know, just not the same Panther out here as he was on the other side of the press box.
He's got to save it for the fans, I guess.
Either that or he was upset he was dripping wet.
I'd be upset, I know that. On a 3rd and long, they're in passing formation. Gottlieb with some time. Heaves it down the field, looking for Colangelo. It's complete. Colangelo tackled down to the 5-yard line.
That is a picture-perfect throw by Gottlieb. He basically hit him right over the shoulder, and Colangelo doing a good job focusing to pull that one in, but really not much focus needed for that one. He put it in his hands.
The result of the play is a first down. It'll be first and goal for the Black Hats from their 6-yard line.
I guess you have to respect the decision that they're not looking to give up on the passing game. I mean, crazy things have happened in football, and even though things seem a little doubtful that Woodlands would ever be able to cut the deficit here, still the Black Hats are looking to score.
Gottlieb gives to Cueto, close to the goal line. I think he's just short.
Carry on the play by number 11, Pedro J. Cueto.
And just short. It's the second and goal from the 1.
3 yards. We'll bring down second down and goal.
Well, right now, the Black Hats have already surpassed their point amount of last game. I believe it was 26-0. They beat their last opponent, and their offense has certainly been good so far, to say the least.
Give to Brescia. He's in. Touchdown, Black Hats.
Black Hat touchdown, number 28, Tom Brescia.
Looking for more here. Like I mentioned before, there really is no reason to take it easy, if you will, as the Black Hats put it in for another score.
34-0. We'll see what they do with the extra point. They might try to kick this one.
I'd be surprised, I would say, if I saw some sort of fake run off of this. Even though they're accustomed to doing that.
They've always got the right personnel. It will be a kick, and it's low off one of the players. So the score remains 34-0. 5.5 minutes left. Only thing in doubt, the final score. We'll be right back with the rest of the game in just a moment on LMC Varsity Sports. So Sevian will kick it off again. Low bouncer, kind of rolls right into the hands. Taken down quickly was Lanier.
Lanier had no room to go there. He basically swarmed him.
Falcons return by number 10, Miguel Lanier.
Looking at some of the expressions on some fans here in the stands who are fans of Woodlands, and it's just very exemplative of what the score is at this point.
A frustrating day for Woodlands. They really wanted to take it to Rye-Neck and give them a little revenge for getting beat in the Section 1 Class C title game last year, but obviously, if you look at the score graphic top of your screen, that is not what has happened today. Hand off. Bouncing away, a nice little run there from Powell for positive yardage.
Let's carry on the play by number 12, Amari Bilal. Picks up about
I haven't
5
seen
yards.
any. I know I
It'll be
mentioned this
second
before,
down and
but
5.
even a pitch right, a pitch left, something that changes things up a bit.
And the runs have been mostly up the middle. The Woodlands credit, they do have, the biggest people on the team are the linemen up the middle, so I can understand that strategy.
Yeah.
But you do want to change it up a little bit just so you're not predictable.
Oh, absolutely. You need to shake up the offense sometimes.
Whistle and a penalty flag down.
Prior to the snap, we have a false start.
That's a false start.
Falcons.
That'll negate that play.
That'll mark off a 5-yard penalty and bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, this is all the archive district. Dana Warren, Effie Bellows, and
Woodlands is not able to do what Rhinebeck can, and that is, have a decent amount of time running the ball and then be able to draw the defense in and throw on deep, which Rhinebeck did on their last possession. Woodlands just doesn't seem like they have that ability. I think it has to do in the quarterback position mostly.
Handoff. Lanier breaks a tackle. He gets wrapped up short of the first down, but a nice gain to bring up 3rd and short.
Falcons run by number 10, Miguel Lanier. Goes for 7 yards and bring up 3rd down and 3.
Under 4 minutes. Black Hats trying to hold on for the shutout. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Woodlands. But first, some whistles. Actually wanted to reset the clock. That was a 4-minute warning.
4-minute warning here in the 4th quarter. 4-minute warning.
Which I think I described earlier as vaguely enforced. Half the time you don't know what happened. Handoff. Bilal. It is close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot.
Woodlands carry on the play by number 12, Amari Bilal.
Bilal trying to grapple for a couple of extra yards just to get that first.
He got a positive spot. That was a very favorable spot for Woodlands.
For a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons from their own 40-yard line.
Alright, you did that, dude. But I hope you already need a lot of work.
Thigpen wrapped up in the backfield.
I don't know what was going on there.
Sack on the play by number 42.
Gio Maffei in on that one.
Looked like there was nobody in the backfield and almost looked like a quarterback scramble or something like that.
If Maffei didn't get him, there was another Black Hat or 2 back there as well. It did not go as planned for the Falcons. It brings up 2nd and long.
Yeah, there was obviously a motive to pass the ball there, but I just don't understand why, when Thigpen received the snap, that he looked so confused, as if he was trying to scramble or run. I guess with the blitz coming in, he really didn't recognize any options right away to throw the ball.
Thigpen all alone back there. 5 wide receivers on the field for the Falcons as we get down near 2 minutes to go. Unloads down the field, it's too high. Najee O'Donohue could not come up with it. Looks like a tall kid, but not quite that tall.
A couple more feet, maybe if they had some, I can't think of the name of what they're called, but they make you taller.
Stilts?
Some stilts, yeah, some stilts might have been able to help him with that one.
It's listed at 6'2".
Hold on. So we get camera on that one. Tom McCaffrey. I think that's happening.
Fakes the, no, he does give it to Lanier, short gain. 4th down and long coming up for Woodlands.
Miguel Lanier. goes for a short gain. In on the tackle, number 64, Dan Humphreys.
You just look at the Rhinebeck team, their offense in particular, and you realize how grateful, I guess, if you're a coach on that team with all the weapons you have to use. I mean, you look at them compared to Woodlands, and everything's based upon the run. It doesn't look like they can get any passes completed, really. And I'm starting to think that the weather isn't a factor to that. I think that they're just not as succinct offensively with passing as they are with running.
That's a give. Bilal. That's going to turn it over on downs to Rhinebeck. And with 1:14 to go,
For the Falcons by number 12.
Rhinebeck just go into victory formation and run this one out.
Is stopped by the Black Hats defense, and on the turnover on downs, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Black Hats from the Woodlands 40-yard line.
So if they try to run it or if they just take the knee, if my math is correct, 2 knees would do it.
Gonna be a run here and then a knee. Finish things off.
Looks like they might be going into victory formation. That is indeed what is happening. There's the first knee. They're going to need one more to spill the clock.
Congrats.
See you on Wednesday. Yeah, see you Wednesday.
Rhinebeck really excelling in all 3 facets of the game. At least 1 touchdown from the offense, defense, and special teams.
That's when you know you're a complete team, is when you can put in a score from every single team on the field. And yeah, the story today, I mean, it was a great day for Jake Sevian. I mean, you have to be honest about that one. It's not hard to tell.
And that one will do it. So Rhinebeck improves to 2-0 on the young season. They beat Woodlands again.
That will bring us to the conclusion of today's game as the Black Hats lose to 2-0 on the season.
See Coach Nick Ionello lit up as soon as the team got happy.
Yeah, very, very passionate, enthused about this win. They have to be happy coming out of the gate so strong, and as you said, everything on all fronts was working for them today. They have to be confident in themselves that they're able to withstand the weather and still put scores up on the scoreboard when the rain was falling. And they're able to cap this one off for a very solid win against their rivals from last year in the section final.
Stay tuned after the shake hands, that is. We'll have the post-game show. We'll grab Jake Sevian and get his thoughts about the game. We'll break it down for you as well. That's all coming up next here on LMC Varsity Sports. On the post-game show now with Jake Sevian. Jake, obviously a great game for you guys. You scored that touchdown as well. Just take me through how it was to take it to Woodlands like that.
You know, it always feels good to play the way we played and go out scoreless. So, yeah, it felt good.
It looked like you guys really, offense, defense, special teams, you really had everything working. How nice is it, especially last week 26-0, this week even more on the offensive side, to be able to have everything working this early with a lot of new guys on the team this year?
I mean, we work really hard in practice, so we know that how you practice, how you play. So the young guys, they practice hard and then they perform, so we don't have a problem.
Finally, you guys have, I think, a week off next week, kind of early bye week in the season. What are you guys looking to achieve, now versus your next game in 2 weeks?
Just same thing, just work hard in practice, prepare for the next team, take a game at a time.
Back one more time on the post-game show. Along with Anthony Carlo, I'm Rob Moretti. The Black Hats taking out Woodlands 34-0. Anthony, we talked about it during the game. I mentioned it to Jake. Just what a complete team this is. Offense, defense, and special teams getting everything done, and with a lot of new pieces compared to last year's state championship runner-up team.
Hands down, Rob. I mean, if you look at completeness to a team, you saw it today with the Black Hats. I mean, you looked at a team that necessarily also in this weather, I mean, it was tough to throw the ball, but this was a team that was able to pass the ball well. They had a couple of huge completions in that, and they were able to run the ball well. And as you said, they scored on each 3 different ways: special teams, offense, and defense. So it was definitely an example of how complete this team really is.
And part of that is Jake Sevion. He's able to do so many things. He had a fake punt he ran for a first down. Obviously, the kick return touchdown, the main highlight, but a receiver. He came in at quarterback and had a big run on an option. I mean, is there anything he can't do besides maybe play offensive line?
No, I mean, Rob, you're 100% right. Jake Sevion is a player that I think any coach would want on their team. I mean, the way that he was able to run today, as you said, especially with the weather conditions, his speed, his agility, I mean, everything about Jake Sevion makes him special, and I think that he's also a leader on this team. And I think moving forward, they're going to expect a lot of leadership out of him and some of the other players that are veterans on this team, but a great job by him today, really showing all of his skills.
And goes without saying almost, but another shutout for Rhinebeck. A whole lot of new pieces on this defense, but it looks like they picked up right where they left off last year.
Absolutely. I mean, there were many times where, well, not as many as Woodlands would have wanted, but there were times they were in the red zone, and this defense came up with big stops. They did a great job suffocating the runs when Woodlands tried to go for it. They ran the ball a lot today, and there was really, hands down, no penetration at all by the running game for Woodlands, and that was all because of the defense here from Rhinebeck. So it was a great job today for that defense, and I think they're going to go on to have another great year.
We'll find out in about a month's time. They'll have their next home game. They have a bye week followed by a couple of away games, and we'll obviously be back here when they come back home in mid-October. The executive director of LMC TV is Eric Lewis. The associate director is Matt Sullivan. Community sports producer is me, Rob Moretti. Camera crew today, got to give props to them, hanging out through all the rainy conditions. Steven Suero, Asher Collins, Kevin Duarte. They're all a little moist, but I think they'll be okay. One more time alongside Anthony Carlo, I am Rob Moretti, saying thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Coming up next, it's Rhinebeck girls soccer as they take on Irvington.